Welcome to another edition of Tito.tv. Of course, I'm your host Tito, and we are jumping in to a late night, way after dark gaming special. I am the host, of course, and we are doing some Sudden Strike. And if you're new, and you don't know much about Sudden Strike, before we start, the rundown is this. This game is based off the history of World War II, and it is considered to be an RTS, which stands for real-time strat. Real-time strategy is basically real-time with basic units, kind of like you would see back in the Age of Empires type deal. But the units will be, tanks, infantry, and each infantry will be special, and, different military vehicles. However, all those, units that I'm speaking of will all trace back to the World War II era, as well as the battles that take place. So, I've had this experienced on the channel before, so there isn't much more to say. However, I do have the full game plus the DLCs. So, the full game is right here, and it has the German, Soviet, and Allied historical footage, credit, boom. That's the game base. The rest of this that you see below it, these are add-ons. So the add-on of Dunkirk is the first one. That has the German and the Allied campaigns. Then you have the Finland Winter Storm Shock campaigns. Then you have the Hot African Desert Wars. And inside the Finland campaigns, you have the Soviets and the Finnishes. Inside the Desert War, you have the Axis and the British. Then you have the Great Sleeping Giant Awakens with the Pacific War. And of course, you got the Japanese and the US. But then, bonus missions are kind of whack. Just some kind of pre-tailored horse shit. It's got a multiplayer, and it's got a versus, as far as like with your buddy sitting, I guess, Yeah, so this is more like a, one-on-one type game. 2v2s. Not anything I'm into. I like the campaigns. They follow a little bit of history and, kind of set up pretty cool. But without further ado here, we're gonna look into what we want to do. We've been stuck on the operation of Kursk for the Germans. Soviets were stuck at the Battle of Stalingrad. The Allies were stuck at the last but not least, Operation Plunder. And that'll actually finish out everything.
Reclaim vehicles stuck in the mud. We're going to need everything to repel the enemy. Defend the railway line. They mustn't cut our vital supply line. Launch a counterattack and push the enemy out of the area.